Hello, welcome to my channel, The Grape Jelly Library, where we love to talk about books. Today, we are going to talk about one of the strangest books I have ever read. Hello, if you are new to my channel, my name is Flossie. It is so nice to have you. If you are a returning visitor, it is nice to see you again. All right, let's talk about this book. This book that was recently released, 2025, by Patricia Lockwood, Will There Ever Be Another You? This is the follow-up to the book No One Is Talking About This. Patricia has written several books. She started off as a poet, and from there, she began her journey into writing novels. She has written a memoir titled PriestDaddy, and I can only imagine. I think I'm going to order that memoir when I'm done visiting with you. She has written books titled Balloon Pop, Outlaw Black. As I said, no one is talking about this. Motherland, Fatherland, HomelandSexuals. Does that make your head spin? Because it does mine with these titles. What an imagination. Okay, so if the titles of those books made your head spin, wait until you hear about Will There Ever Be Another You? Okay, so this is the story of Patricia, Patricia's husband, Patricia's niece. This is the story of what happens to a person when life happens to a person. This book was written during COVID, and it goes into great detail about how it affected Patricia. She tells us that she had her husband shave her head, just shave all her hair off, and she painted her tongue purple. Okay, so pretty much right out of the gate, this book is complete madness, chaos, like you have never seen. I was thinking like tenfold, but I don't know if it's that bizarre or that maddening. But I mean, we do definitely step into madness. So I could not relate to this book. So I needed help. I thought perhaps I'll turn to the audio book. I read the audio book. How I got from beginning to end is beyond me, because a lot of the time I didn't know what was going on. It didn't rest on my shoulders easy. It didn't sit with me well. It did not make sense to me. So after I completed the book, ever so determined to figure out what the heck I just read or listened to, I turned to an interview that Patricia was giving pertaining to this book. And with that, I gained a little more clarity, but the book still remains strange and unusual to me. That's not a bad thing. It's an adventurous thing as far as I'm concerned, because it took me down a path I have never been. It took me into a world I'm not familiar with. The book discusses COVID, Twin Towers, Dolly the clone sheep, amongst other things. The loss of her niece and how that affected her. Um, her marriage, her husband, some historical figures, uh, some historical figures. I don't want to give it away. Some historical figures ended, no, I don't want to give it away. But I mean, if I were to say what I want to say, then you would know how truly bizarre this book is. It has something to do with a historical figure, a body part, and a hand, of which is attached to Patricia. That is all I am going to say about that. And if that doesn't pique your curiosity enough, I don't know what will. This book, as I said, is the most bizarre book I have ever read or listened to. But gosh darn it, I did it. I did it. I saw it from beginning to end. And I'm not going to give this book a rating because it would be so unfair of me to rate something just because I didn't understand it. Just because I needed help with this book. I'm going to read PriestDaddy. I'm going to familiarize myself with Patricia and her writing style. Right now, I'm thinking she's a little choppy, like she's not very linear, but I don't think in a maddened world that is, your goal. I don't think that's your aim. So, I'm gonna, yes, I'm going to definitely give her, you know, I don't want to say a pass, a hall pass on not being fluid, um, because I don't think it's meant to be. I think it's meant to be all over the place. I don't think that the book was lost on me in terms of like intellectually or educationally. I think it was lost on me because we come from two different worlds. And I'm grateful that I had the chance to experience what Patricia went through. So yeah, I'm definitely going to order her memoir, PriestDaddy. I'm going to see how I fare out with that one. Um, Familiarize myself with her and her works. And who knows, maybe I won't pull the plug at that. Maybe I will eventually read all of her works just, you know, for my own personal growth and, just for the experience of going through a life unfamiliar and you know I love to learn about people. I love to know of their experiences and what they go through. And I always sympathize or empathize, what have you, whatever the situation pertains to. So, I would say a people person, and I feel your pain. I'm that kind of person. I feel your pain. So, yeah. So I'm not going to give this book a rating. Like I said, that would be totally unfair of me. I am going to say, if you're looking for an adventure or you're looking for something baffling that maybe you'll be able to figure out as you're reading, maybe it'll make complete sense to you. Um, Maybe you'll find the book enjoyable. I did not find the book enjoyable. For me, it's hard to enjoy something I need assistance with, something that I mean, I can enjoy the learning experience, sure, but the actual act of struggling through what this person is trying to tell me and making sense of it. Yeah, that was not enjoyment to me. That was like, I wouldn't say stress, but that was me trying to figure it out. That was me in thinking mode. I don't know. So I guess that's all. That's all I can say about this book. I will always recommend that you read a book, whether it's, you know, down your alley or not. I'm a big, big promoter of stepping outside of your box and doing things that you're not familiar with, um, doing things, new experiences, and living your life fully. So, yeah, I would recommend this book. Until we meet again, know that I love you. Be well, be good, and be reading, even those strange books.